Good morning, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1969 final week is on the air. Today is day 4 of the final week, and it's September 29th, 69. We are at Memorial Stadium for a big game in the American League between the Detroit Tigers and the Baltimore Orioles. There were only 2 games played this day, but let's take a look and see how the standings work out for today. The Baltimore Orioles are number 1 throughout the entire postseason. The road to the World Series will go through Memorial Stadium. The Boston Red Sox have clinched the number 3 seed. They will play the winner of the American League West Division. The Detroit Tigers do have something to play for, however. They are 88-71 coming into this game, where the Orioles were 109-50. But the Tigers, however, are trying to clinch the home field for the wild card game. There's only going to be one in the American League on this replay. So a win by the Tigers, they will gain a half game. They will take a half game lead on the Twins. In the American League West, the Oakland Athletics and the Minnesota Twins right now are fighting for that division. Whoever wins the division goes straight to the division series. Whoever loses has to play a wild card game. Right now, Oakland does have the better board record over the Twins. The Tigers do have the better board record over Minnesota as well, as the reason why Detroit does have the lead. The National League West, 5 of the 6 teams have been chosen for the postseason. The Mets have a 1-game lead on the Cubs for the division. The Cardinals only a half-game lead on the Pirates to win the final playoff spot. In the National League West, the Giants have a 1-game lead on the Braves. The Dodgers are in. They clinched the playoff spot last night. They are 4 back, but the Dodgers have clinched the 6th seed. The Dodgers cannot do any better than 6, so they will play the way things are going unless something changes here. They should play the second place team in the National League West for a 1-game playoff, and then the winner there will take on the number 4 team in the second game of the National League Wild Card Series. We will have 2 Wild Card Series games in the National League. The Pirates, they're only a half game back of the Cardinals, and what game we're going to play tomorrow night, I've not decided yet. We'll find that out after the ticker. So that is what's at stake today, as the Tigers trying to stay ahead of the Twins to hold the wild card game at Tiger Stadium. And, it's still a pretty important game for the Tigers. The Orioles, the game is meaningless. They are the number 1 throughout. Brian B., Jeremy Brooks, and Ben Witts are first to join us here at Memorial Stadium. The Tigers historically won this game. Tigers 4 runs, 4 hits, and an error. The Orioles 1 run, 6 hits, and 2 errors. But we'll see what Inside Pitch has to say. I am now going to start games at 10:30 try to start around 10:30 on Sunday mornings. Now that the NFL has begun, and since I do shopping before I usually watch the NFL, do my grocery shopping and stuff, I'm going to try to start my games even early now on Sunday mornings so they're all done by the NFL. So nobody has to worry about switching with the NFL and such. I know some of you guys don't like the NFL, neither do I, but I still love football, and my Dolphins play at 1:00 today anyway. So, we'll see what happens. Forever Remain 90 now joins us here at Memorial Stadium. Good to see you there. You haven't been here in a while, but that's because I know you're across the pond. So, it's time to play some Sunday morning baseball. Why not we get to it? Starting pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles today is Mike Cuellar. He was the ace, really, of the Orioles staff. And when you say he was the ace of a staff, that included Jim Palmer, and Jim Palmer is actually the 3rd in the rotation. That says something about that pitching staff that year. 23 wins, 11 losses, a 2.38 ERA, 182 strikeouts, 72 walks in 69. We are at Memorial Stadium. Neutral, but favors pitchers, 133 home runs, -2 to strikeouts, and -1 to walks. So this game does mean something to the Tigers. They're trying to host the wild card series game in the American League. The Orioles, it's meaningless, but let's see how they play it today as we go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Tigers will be the center fielder, Mickey Stanley, 235 average, 16 homers, 70 RBIs, and 69. We're going to use orange, white, and black dice. Orioles are the home team. Still a pretty good crowd here at Memorial Stadium. They're just waiting for the postseason to start. Of course, the Orioles will be facing the wild card champion in the American League. We're going to start the postseason. Actually, if everything holds up, we'll be starting with the National League Wild Card Series Game 1. That'll be Friday night. But we got still 4 days left to play in this final week. Divisions are on the line, but not today. Let's see what happens right now. Cuellar, 5'5", wild pitch. That's a blank. Stanley, 6'5". He hits one to center field. That'll be caught by Paul Blair, and he will make the catch for the out. Next batter is the shortstop, Tom Tresh, 211 average, 14 homers, 46 RBIs. Cuellar, 1-6, strikeout, 5, swing and a miss, struck the mound. First strikeout for Cuellar, and he will go, and Tresh will go down. And now the right fielder, Jim Northrup, a 295 average, 25 homers, and 66 RBIs that year. Cuellar, 6'2", strikeout, the 17 is high. Northrup, 6'6", ground out to second base. That'll be handled by Davey Johnson, and he will toss it over and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Cats, and we will go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Detroit Tigers today is Mike Kilkenny. We've seen him before, mostly a reliever, but did start a number of times. 8 wins, 6 losses, 2 saves. 3.38 ERA, 97 strikeouts, 62 walks in 69. Bottom of the first, leading off for the Orioles, we the left fielder, Don Buford, 291 average, 11 homers, 64 RBIs that year. Kilkenny, 6'3", that's at the park. Memorial Stadium, 5'5", that's grounded to first. That'll be handled by Norm Cash, and Cash will take it to the bag himself. Next batter will be the third baseman, Chico Salmon. I guess Brooks Robinson had the day off. 297 average, 3 homers, 12 RBIs. Kilkenny, 3-2. That's a pitcher result. That 18 is going to be too high. Salmon, 5'5". He grounds one to second. That'll be handled by Ike Brown. And Brown will toss it over to first for the out. Your plan was not to show up again until the 2000 season's finally picked. What's the matter there, Forever Remain 90? I know you love your White Sox. I know you're dying to watch me play the 2024 season, aren't you, Forever Remain? I know you can't wait for me to do that season, right? Next batter, the center fielder, Paul Blair, 285 average, 26 homers, 76 RBIs. Kilkenny, 6'2", strikeout, 13 is too high. Blair, 1-6. That's a fly ball to center. Mickey Stanley will go ahead and get it, and he will make the catch and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Orioles. No score after 1. I know Forever Remain Mindy would love me to do the 2024 White Sox replay, right? Modern seasons. Hey, we've already done a modern season. We did the 2016 season, and that season was a lot of fun. I know you guys don't like much modern stuff, but hey, if a modern season comes up, that's what I'm going to do. Top of the second, leading off for the Big D will be the left fielder, Willie Horton, 262 average, 28 homers, 91 RBIs, and 69. Cuellar, 2-6. Home run chance. That 3 is good against the lefty. Horton needs a 15, and he will get it. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep, and that ball is gone. Home run, Willie Horton. Solo bomb by Willie Horton. As Mike Cuellar goes ahead, puts one right over the plate. He pitches him a meatball, and Horton turns that lasagna. So Willie Horton hears a who, and the Tigers take a 1-0 lead. David Vega joins us here at Memorial Stadium Forever Maine, yes. Can't wait for your 2024 replay. Maybe you can win them more than 32 games. That'll bring up the first baseman, Norm Cash. 280 average, 22 homers, 74 RBIs. Vote out any modern seasons. Remember, your votes do count, but the dice now decide who gets to play. Cuellar, 1-4, hit by pitch. 11 is high. Cash, 5-3, that's grounded to first. That'll be taken care of by Frank Robinson, and he will take it to the bag himself. Next batter is the catcher, Bill Freehan, who Chuck Rawlings thinks belongs in the Hall of Fame. 262 average, 16 homers, 49 RBIs in 69. Cuellar, 1-4, hit by pitch, and no. Freehan is an 11, but Cuellar a -9 makes him a 2. Freehan, 4-4, he hits one to right field. That's a 4. That will be a base hit against the lefty. So Freehan gets a single, and he'll head to first. And now the third baseman, Don Wirt, a 225 average, 14 homers, 50 RBIs. Infield set for double play, and Freehan not going anywhere. Cuellar, 5-1. Pitcher result, 12 is too high. Wirt, 2-4, and that is a ground ball to short. 3-3-4. Second base pivot, Johnson, a +1. A 1-5, it's a double play. They got it. Side retired. 6-4-3 double play. 1 run on 2 hits. A solo bomb by Willie Horton puts the Tigers ahead. As we go to the bottom of the second. Remember, Tigers kind of need the game. The Orioles do not. The game is meaningless to Baltimore. What is your Brian Freehan compared to Simmons? I think Simmons is the better. I actually would say Simmons may be just a bit better. And maybe a bit better. Remember, actually, by the way there, Brian Benwitz, I have 4 eras when I do my selection show. Legendary, which is 56 to 69. Classic, 70 to 89. Modern, 90 to 2009. And contemporary, 2010 and higher. Bottom of the second inning, leading off for B-Moore will be the first baseman, Frank Robinson, one of the greatest of all time. 308 average, 32 homers, 100 RBIs in 69. 1-0 already in the Cats as Doug Hunt joins us here at Memorial Stadium. Kilkenny, 2-4, that is a blank. Robinson, 2-6, that's hit hard to right. That's a 4 against the lefty. It will be a base hit. So Robinson will get a single to start the inning off for him. And now the second baseman, Davey Johnson, future manager of a World Series champion. 280 average, 7 homers, 57 RBIs. Robinson on at first. Infield is at double play. Strategy, and Robinson stays put. Kilkenny, 4-5, strikeout, 19 is high. Johnson, 2-6, that's a ground ball to second base. 3-4-5. Shortstop pivot is Tresh, a 0. A 1-5, it's a double play. They got it. 2 outs. Johnson grounds out into the 4-6-3. As Kilkenny gets the twin killing. And the next batter is the right fielder, Kurt Motton. I know nothing about him. 303 average, though, 6 homers, 21 RBIs, and only 56 games played for B-Moore. 2 men out here, 1-0 favor of the Cats. Kilkenny, 5-3, wild pitch, it's a blank. Motton, 6-2, and it's a base hit. Motton will hit one into left field, and that'll be a single. So he keeps the inning going. And now we'll see the catcher, Andy Etchebarren, 249 average, 3 homers, 26 RBIs. Motton at 3 stolen bases. He won't get any here. Philip Reynolds joins us here at Memorial Stadium. No fluffy cats on this channel. Kilkenny, 6-6, range play. Etchebarren, 5-5, ground ball, second base. That ball is hit to Ike Brown. His range is a 2. And he won't get it. That'll be a single right past second. Motton will have the speed with 2 outs. He'll make third. So the Orioles still keeping it going here. as Etchebarren keeps it hot. And now the shortstop, Mark Belanger, 287 average, 2 homers, 50 RBIs, and 69. Martin on at third, Etchebarren on at first. Tigers have a 1-0 lead early in the ball game. Strategy, nothing on the 11. Kilkenny, 1-6, error on a throw. Belanger, 3-6. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to left field. That'll be caught by Horton, and that will retire the side. No runs, 3 hits for the O's. And it is still 1-0 Cats after 2. Remember, Baltimore does not care about this game. They will have home field throughout the postseason. Tigers, however, trying to get home field for the wild card game, as we will go to the top of the third. Only one wild card game in the American League this year. We will have 2 in the National League. Remember, in the 1972 season, I don't think there was any wild card games in the 72 season for the National League. We only had 4 teams, I believe, make the postseason in the National League in 72. The American League had 1. Top of the third, leading off for the Tigers will be second baseman Ike Brown. 229 average, 5 homers, 12 RBIs, and 69. John Haverly joins us here at Memorial Stadium. Cuellar, 3-3 at the Park. Memorial, 3-2, and fly to left field. Buford says he'll take care of that, and he will. 1 out. Here's the pitcher, Mike Kilkenny, an 0.54 average in year. Had 4 RBIs. Cuellar, 1-3 against a righty. Walk. Yep, he walked him. Cuellar is going to walk Kilkenny. So Kilkenny will actually draw a walk. A 5 minus 1 is a 4. That's a 3. He will walk him. So Cuellar walks the pitcher. It will now bring up Stanley. Stanley's 0 for 1. Infield set for double play. And that is a 20. Cuellar fires to first, and no. Kilkenny will get back. Now Cuellar will pitch to Stanley. Cuellar, 6-4, strikeout 9, too high. Stanley, 5-3. It's a base hit past third. Kilkenny will get to second and hold there. Stanley goes to first. So now runners at first and second for Tresh. Tresh is 0 for 1. Strategy, that is a 1, but nothing happening. Cuellar will pitch to Tresh here. Cuellar will go ahead. Cuellar, 3-4, range play. Tresh, 6-4, popped up to first base. Going back into the outfield is Robinson. His range is a 3. And nope, that's going to drop for a hit. The runners will only advance 1 base on a failed pop-up. And the bases will be loaded. That will be a single for Tresh. As Frank Robinson couldn't make the play, it dropped over him. There was no way he was going to make it. The bases are loaded now for Northrup. Northrup is 0 for 1. Bases are loaded, and the Orioles will call for the double play. They'll stay infield. They will stay infield back. Kilkenny, Stanley, bases are full of Cats. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 10. Cuellar will pitch to Northrup. Cuellar, 4-4. Walk. Yep, he walks in a run. That is a 2, and Kilkenny will come on in to score. It's 2-0 favor of the Cats. Stadium groans. So an RBI walk by Northrup, and the bases are still loaded for Willie Horton, who already has a bomb in the game. So now 2-0 in favor of the Cats. Still 1 out. The Orioles will still stay in double play depth. Cuellar, nothing on the 4. Cuellar, 1-4, hit by pitch. Nope, the 9 is high. Horton, a 5-4. It's a fly ball to left field. That'll be caught by Buford for the out. Horton, sacrifice fly of 1, hit to left +1, a 1-2. Stanley will still score, and he will. Stanley will score. Tresh, a base runner 4, hit to left -2. And Buford a +1, a 1-3. Tresh will take third on the throw. That's a 6. Another 6. It could be an out. Nope. Tresh will go back as he bluffs the throw. But it is now 3-0 in favor of the Tigers. So a sacrifice fly for Horton, as we'll get him another RBI. But the other runners stay put. Now 3-0 Cats. And now the batter is Cash. Cash is 0 for 1. Cash is 0 for 1 as Phoenix Knight joins us here at Memorial Stadium. Tresh on at second, Northrop on at first. Even though the game doesn't mean anything, I'm sure the Orioles still would like to play well. Strategy, nothing on the 15. Cuellar, 3-1, possible error. Cash, 3-3. That's hit to left field. That's an 11 against the lefty. That's going to be too high. But now the left fielder going after it is Don Buford. His error rating is a 4. He will make the catch and retire the side on the 10. And that will do it. 2 runs on 2 hits and a couple of walks and a sacrifice fly. The Tigers have a 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the third. Tigers need the game more than the Orioles. The Tigers are already in the postseason. The American League postseason teams are set. We just got to get the final seedings. Leading off for the Orioles will be the pitcher, Mike Cuellar, 117 average and 5 RBIs in 69. Kilkenny, 5-2, error on a grounder. Cuellar, 6-5. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to short. That's hit to Tresh. His error rating is a 7. That's a 9. Tresh will not do a Willie McCovey. He will go ahead and make the play and throw to first for the out. Geez, Willie McCovey, 5 errors in 2 games. Boy, he had a rough time on the board, didn't he? Here's Buford. He's 0 for 1. Kilkenny, a 5-3 wild pitch. That's a blank. Buford, 5-3, and it's a base hit. He'll hit that one pass short, and Buford gets on base. That's his first hit of the game. Next batter is Salmon. Salmon is 0 for 1. Infield set for double play. Buford had 19 stolen bases. He gets the steal sign, but he's not going anywhere, though. Kilkenny will go ahead and pitch. Kilkenny, 6-4, walk, 9. That's ball 4. He walks Salmon. And now the Orioles got something going on here in the top of the third. First walk given up by Kilkenny. And now the batter is Blair. Blair is 0 for 1. Runners at first and second. And nothing on Strat. Kilkenny will go ahead and pitch to Blair. Kilkenny, 5-1. That's a walk plus 10. And that now the bases are loaded with a 12. So now Kilkenny has walked, the bases loaded. Second walk given up by Kilkenny, and with one swing of the bat, Mr. Frank Robinson can put the Orioles ahead. The Tigers will stay at double play depth, try to get out of the inning. They have a 3-0 lead. I would like to mention the Orioles have never lost on the board. They are 6-0 on the board here. They have never lost a game on the board. They are 6-0. The Tigers are 5-2. The Orioles have never lost on the board this year. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 10. Kilkenny, 2-4. That's a blank. Robinson, 4-3. And it's a base hit to center field. Buford will score. Single to center. Salmon, a base runner, 4. Single to center, a 0. A 1-4. Salmon will score. He will. Salmon scores. Blair makes it to third because that's a 3. And Blair makes it to third. Robinson to first. And the Orioles are on the board. It's 3-2. Stadium cheers. Yay! 2 RBI single by Frank Robinson. And now the batter is Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 2. Jimmy Jam joins us here at Memorial Stadium, which means Baltimore will get knocked out in round 1 of the postseason. Like I said, I've had that happens lots of times. That's why I like the expanded postseason. Just because your team was the best in the regular season, you never know how these dice are going to roll. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 2. No, nobody will move. Blair on at third, Robinson on at first. Johnson is 0 for 1, 3-2, and still only one out here in the top of the third. Kilkenny, 5-3, wild pitch, a possible pass ball. Freehand's pass ball rating is a 3. And nope, it's going to bounce off his chest protector. Blair will come in to score. Robinson goes to second, tie game. Stadium cheers. Yay! A pass ball by Bill Freehand, and the Orioles have tied this game right up. No lead is safe when you play inside pitch. And now Robinson on at second, and now it's tied at 3. Nothing on the 7. He will stay put. Kilkenny, 3-4 against the righty. It's a blank. Johnson, 6-4. Base hit left field. Robinson, base runner 4. Single to left, +1, a 1-5. Robinson will score, and he will, and the Orioles have taken the lead. RBI single by Johnson. Stadium cheers. Yay! And the Orioles are pretty much showing everyone that this team is on a mission. And now it's 4-3. And now the batter is Motten. Motten got a base hit his first time up. They go talk to Kilkenny on the mound here. Said, you had a 3-0 lead. What happened to it? And he said, very simple. I'm playing the 1969 Baltimore Orioles. Strategy roll. Johnson stays put. Kilkenny, 3-1. Strikeout. 15 is high. Motten, 5-3. And that's a base hit. He hits that one past third. Johnson will stay at second base. He will not make third. And runners at first and second. And right now, the Orioles are just hitting them at will. 4 singles, 2 walks by Kilkenny. Here's Echebarren. Echebarren got a base hit his first time up. Johnson on at second. Motten on at first. Not so fast, Ben Witz. Remember, these Tigers are still the rest of the 10-minute ticker. So we'll see where the Tigers are playing. The Twins have their own troubles, actually. They're still trying to win the division out there. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 14. Kilkenny, 5-5. Strikeout 4. Got Echebarren. And that is the first strikeout for Kilkenny, and that's 2 outs. 2 down for Belanger. Belanger is 0 for 1. 2 down now in the top of the third, but now 4-3 O's. Strategy again. Nothing happening. Kilkenny, 2-3. Strikeout 3. No, that's too high. Belanger, 5-1. He grounds it to short. That'll be taken care of there by Tresh. He's going to throw to second to get Motten, and that will retire the side finally. 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks. And the Orioles grab the lead from the Tigers, 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the third. Tigers lose this. They'll only drop to a half game behind the Twins for the number 4 seed. We go to the top of the fourth. Cuellar back on the mound. Bill Freehand leads off for the Tigers. He got a base hit his first time up. Why were the Mets considered such a huge underdog in the 69 series? Because although the Mets pitching staff in 69 was good, the Orioles pitching staff in 69 was great. And I look at this lineup, I look at this Orioles team, and I look at the Mets. I don't know how the Mets won that World Series. Sometimes just destiny shines upon you. Cuellar, 1-4, hit by pitch. 10 is high. Freehand, 1-1 against the lefty. It's grounded to second base, handled by Johnson. And Johnson tosses it to first for the out. That'll bring up Wirt. Wirt is 0 for 1. That's why the Mets were considered, that's why they were known as the Miracle Mets in 69. The 86 team was known as the Amazing Mets. Cuellar, 4-4. Walk, 16 is high. Wirt, 2-2. That's hit hard to right field. That's a 15 against the lefty. Wirt's going to have himself a double. So Wirt will slide into second base with a two-bagger. Tying run in scoring position for the Tigers. Here's Brown, and Brown is 0 for 1. Yeah, but if Buckner makes that play, the game is still the game is tied if he makes that play. But it doesn't, but you can't say what if Buckner makes the play. And Buckner, it's not Buckner's fault that they lost that series. He blamed John McNamara for keeping him in there. Word on at second, strategy roll, and that's a 10, nothing happening. You can't say what if Buckner makes, what if Kirk Gibson doesn't hit the home run? What if Robbie Thompson doesn't hit the home run for the Giants in 1951? What if Joe Carter doesn't, you can't say that. Word on at second base. Cuellar, 6-6, that's a blank. Brown, 3-6, that's a hit to right field. It'll be a fly out to right. That'll be caught by Martin. Wirt, base runner 3, hit to right, 0. Martin, a +2. Wirt will take third. You can't say what if. It's not what if, it's what happened. 2 outs. And now the batter is Kilkenny. And question is, do the Tigers want him to bat here? Tigers need the game more than the Orioles do. You got a runner at third. This is only the 4th inning. Nah, this is 1969. Cuellar will go ahead. Kept him in because he was too loyal to his players. I do know there. I do know that. And, of course, his loyalty cost him the 86 World Series, probably. But the game was already tied at that time, too. Who knows what would have happened? Who knows what would have happened in the 11th inning or so? That's why I say you can't say what if. It's just what was. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 10. Cuellar, 4-4. Walk, 15 is high. Kilkenny, 1-2. And Kilkenny will come through with a base hit right past the pitcher, and it's tied. A single right past the pitcher, and we got a tie game. Mike Kilkenny comes in there and comes up with a big-time hit. What great managing to let that pitcher bat. You just don't see managing like this on that other channel with the fluffy cat. Kilkenny will get an RBI single, and he says, DH? I don't care if I'm only hitting 054. I don't need no stinking DH. That'll bring up Stanley. Stanley 1 for 2. Stadium groans. Cuellar will now pitch to Stanley. Now Quad's on the board here, tied at 4. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 5. Kilkenny will stay put. Cuellar, 6-1. Range play at the park. Memorial Stadium, 4-5. And that is a blank. We will have a rare play with range play at the park with men on. The new rare plays that we have. And that's a 25. Center fielder crashes into the wall, chasing a deep drive. Resolve as a D8 range play. Well, center fielder is Blair. His range is a 4. He's got it. And that'll end the inning. So we don't have to go any further than that. So that is going to be the end of the inning as a great play by Blair. Crashes into the wall. Now the question, do I have to check for injury? I didn't check that out, though. Do I have to check for injury? Crashes into the wall. If center fielder fails to make the play, no, I do not check for injury. As Paul Blair says, I'm a baseball player and I'm fine. And that will retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits for the Tigers. And it's tied at 4 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. So Kilkenny will come back up on the mound. You met McNamara once, a nice man. I'm pretty sure he was. I'm not going to say he wasn't. Leading off for the Orioles will be Mike Cuellar. He's 0 for 1. Kilkenny A 5-6 strikeout. Got him. And that will be the second strikeout for Kilkenny. One down. And now the batter is Buford. Buford is 1 for 2. Kilkenny will deal. Kilkenny, 5-6, strikeout 9. That's too high. Buford, a 2-5, and he lifts one to center, but Stanley will go ahead and come in a little bit and grab that for out number 2. And now here's Salmon. Salmon is 0 for 1 with a walk. Kilkenny, 2-5. That's an automatic out. And that's going to be a fly to right. Handle there by Jim Northrup. Kilkenny comes right back with a good inning after giving up 4 on 4. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Kilkenny. It stays tied at 4 after 4. Quads are wild on the scoreboard. We go to the top of the 5th. Will postseason injuries be limited to 2 per team of season ending? Remember, injuries in my postseasons are full-time. If you get hurt, you're hurt. And yes, we've already had players miss whole postseasons pretty much. But I do check Action PC Baseball to find out who was active. And I do have a reserve lineup in case. But I only remember my postseasons is 26 players, 13 pitchers, if possible. The rest are all batters. We go to the top of the 5th. Leading off for the Dragons will be Tom Tresh. He's 1 for 2, singled his last time up. Cuellar, 4-3. That's a blank. He's not tired. Tresh, 4-6. And that's grounded to short. Taken care of there by Belanger. And he'll throw it over to first. Next up is Northrup. Northrup 0 for 1 with a walk. I don't see Chuck Rawlings in the chat. He may not have been able to make the game today. Cuellar, 1-4, hit by pitch. 10 is high. Northrup, 1-2, and it's a base hit. He'll hit that one pass short. And Northrup gets on base with a single. That's his first hit of the game. And now here's Horton. Horton is 1 for 2, got a bomb his first time up, and a sacrifice fly. Well, you started so ungodly early. Hey, it's never too. Can anybody here in the chat have a problem with the? Is there any such a thing as there's anything too early for baseball? Never too early for baseball. Infield is set at double play, and nothing on the strat. Cuellar, 3-6, strikeout 20. That's too high. Horton, a 6-3, and it's flied to center field. Paul Blair says he's got it, and he does. 2 outs. Never too early for baseball. Or at least never too early for cards and dice baseball. Here's Cash. Only on your first beer? Come on, it's 11:13. You should already be on your 8th or 9th. Here's Cash. Cash is 0 for 2. Northrup will stay put. Cuellar, 6-1. Range play at the park. Memorial Stadium, 3-3. Fly ball, center field. Going after that is Paul Blair. His range is a 4. He's got it. And the inning is over. Nice play by Blair. Made that with ease. No runs and a hit for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Tied at 4 here in this key matchup for the Cats. But the Orioles have already clinched home field throughout. Speaking of Paul Blair, he'll lead off, and he is 0 for 1 with a walk. 10:13 Central Time. I don't care if it's 8:13 Pacific Time. You should already be on your. Well, if it's 8. Well, okay. Central 10:13. Okay, you should be on maybe your 3rd or 4th by now. Kilkenny, 3-6, hit by pitch. No. Blair, 5-1, popped out to first. Cash is going to be in fair territory, and he's going to put it away. Next batter is Robinson. The ambassador is 2 for 2, 2 singles. Alcohol doesn't mix well with my old man meds. Kilkenny, 4-3 against a righty. Home run result against the lefty. Robinson needs a 20. That's a 4. And, well, that's that might have wound up somewhere. That might have, let's see, that was hitting Baltimore. Might have wound up somewhere in RFK Stadium. Kaboom! That ball is high, deep, gone. Home run, Frank Robinson. Stadium cheers. Yay! Solo bomb by Frank Robinson. It's 5-4, favor of the Orioles. As, of course, Frank Robinson, one of the greatest of all time, goes one and sends one out of here. Mike Kilkenny pitched him a grapefruit. He turned that into fruit salad. And now here's Johnson. Johnson 1 for 2. And now a 5-4 Oriole lead. Kilkenny 2-6 against a righty. It's a blank. Johnson 1-5. That's grounded to third. Handled there by Wirt. And Wirt will throw it over for the out. Next up is Martin. Martin is 2 for 2. He's got 2 singles. Kilkenny, a 3-5 strikeout. 12 is high. Martin, 4-3, and he hits one to center field. That's a 4 against the lefty. Martin has his 3rd hit of the game. So Martin gets another single. He's now 3 for 3. I believe Martin will make the postseason roster. He could be very dangerous if they get to him. He only had 89 at bats, though, so that means he'll probably be near the bottom of the bench roster. Here's Echebarren. Echebarren 1 for 2. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. Nothing happening there. Kilkenny 1-4 strikeout, swing and a miss, strikeout, and the inning is over. That is the 3rd strikeout for Kilkenny. But 1 run on 2 hits, a solo bomb by Mr. Robinson. And the Orioles now take a 5-4 lead after 5. Top of the 6th coming up. Bill Freehan will lead off for the Tigers. And he is 1 for 2 with a single. Cuellar, a 3-3 at the park. Memorial Stadium, 3-1. That's grounded right at the plate. That's going to be handled by Echebarren. His error rating is a 15. That's a 9. He's not going to be able to hold on to it, and that's going to be an error. Echebarren's going to make an automatic error on that one. It's a 15. That's a 9. And Freehan is going to reach first. That will be an E2. And that is the first error on the Orioles in this game. They had 2 of them historically. So Echebarren will make an error. Remember now the version 4 rules. A G2, if it's off at the park, just an at the park, you roll an automatic to see if the catcher makes an error on any play, okay, for G2 or a P2. But if it's a range play at the park, you do not. You just check the catcher's range. I did talk to Chris about that, and he says the math goes with his way. So I said, okay. So I'm going to play it as is written. Freehan is now on at first. That's a big error. Here's Wirt. Wirt is 1 for 2 with a double this last time up. Infield is that double play. The Orioles did have 2 errors in the game historically. You won't see I know you won't see version 4 rules, and you won't see inside pitch for a while on that other channel as well. So Freehan and the reason why he did it is the reason why he did it was because he's saying catchers are not getting enough errors. The only way you can have an error on the catcher is a bad throw to second base on a steal. That was the only way he had it. That's why he set it up this way, to get more error ratings on the catchers. And I guess it does make sense. That's okay. Cuellar, see, strategy roll. Freehan stays put. Cuellar, 4-3. That's a blank. He's not tired. Wirt, 4-2, and it's a base hit past short. Freehan will go to second base, and Wirt's on at first, and now the Tigers got something going on here with no one out. And now the batter is Brown. Brown is 0 for 2. Still nobody out here. Correct there, Ben. I agree with you there, sir. 5-4 Orioles, but the Tigers are threatening. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 5. Cuellar will pitch. Cuellar, 2-4, walk. And yes, that's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Cuellar walks Brown. So now, once again, bases full of cats. And that is the third walk given up by Cuellar. And the next batter is Kilkenny, but they're not going to let him bat. He's coming back. The Tigers will go to the bench for this one. So Kilkenny has a chance to still leave with a W. The Tigers are going to the bench, and of course, they're bringing out Mr. Tiger himself, Hall of Famer and one of the greatest of all time, Al Kaline, 272 average, 21 homers, 69 RBIs. What a time for Kaline to come in. Bases full of cats. Cuellar will pitch to him. Cuellar, though, can pitch to three more before tiring. A very good chance here. Freehand, Wirt, and Brown. The infield is going to play at with 2 outs. They're going to play in. They don't want this run to the Orioles. Even though the game is meaningless to them, they still would like to win the game. Strategy roll. That's a 20. Cuellar goes ahead, fires to first to try to get Brown. Nope. Try to pick off Brown, but Brown will get back. Now bases loaded. Cuellar looking in on Kaline. Fans here at Memorial Stadium hoping for a good pitch. Cuellar, 6'6", that's a blank. Kaline, 6'2", and he smacks one into center field, and that is going to be a double. Freehand will score. Wirt will score. Brown, base runner 3, double to center, -2, though. He'll only score on a 1. He will hold at third. Kaline goes to second. 2-run score. Tigers up 6-5. Stadium groans. 2 RBI double by Kaline. And the Tigers take a 6-5 lead. Again, bringing in Al Kaline to pinch hit. Again, top managing on this channel. No other channel has managing like this. Next batter will be Stanley. And Cuellar, they're going to leave him in there. The infield is still in, but now it's a 6-5 Tigers lead. Brown on at third, Kaline on at second. Stanley is up. He's 1 for 3. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 11. Cuellar, 3-6. Strikeout 6. That's going to miss. Stanley, 2-3. And it's a base hit to center field. Brown will come in to score. Kaline, base runner 4. Hit to center, a 0-1 to 4. Kaline will score, and he will. Stanley rounding first, trying for second, and he'll get it. That's going to be a 2 RBI double for Stanley, and it is now 8-5 Tigers. Stadium barfs. Yeah. Two more runs for the Tigers. A 2 RBI double, and that will be it for Cuellar. Maybe there is a chink in the Oriole armor if you can get past them. So Stanley on at second, and the Orioles will go to the bullpen. And let's see who the next batter is. The batter is Tresh. There's still nobody out here in the top of the 6th. A big error by Echebarren allowed him. There's still nobody out. So 8-5 favor of the Tigers. And the Orioles are going to go to the bullpen. And let's see. It is going to be switch left, right. He's a little better against righties. Coming in to pitch for the Orioles is going to be Dick Hall. 5-2, 6 saves, a 1.92 ERA. The Oriole bullpen, however, is pretty darn good. So Kilkenny leaves with the W. Cuellar right now leaves with the L. Still nobody out in the top of the 6th. 8-5 Tigers. As the Tigers have just come in there as Chuck Rawlings finally shows up at Memorial Stadium. You call yourself a Tiger fan. Stanley on at second base. Strategy rolls are still on. Nothing on the 14. Hall, 5-6, walked 9. Yep, all 4. He walked Tresh. Just walked him. He just walks Tresh. And now here's Northrup. Northrup is 1 for 2, was single and walked. You overslept. I don't want to hear it. Stanley on at second. Tresh on at first. Still no one out in the top of the sixth. Right now, the Tigers are putting a kibosh on the Orioles. The Orioles have not lost a game on the board. Could this be of this whole season? Could this be something of could this be a precursor? Strategy roll. Hall stays, nothing happening. Hall, 6-1, strikeout. He'll get Northrup. Northrup will go down on strikes, 1 out. And now here's Horton. Horton is 1 for 3, got a bomb and a sacrifice fly. But yes, David Vega is correct. This game is meaningless to Baltimore. Stanley on at second. Tresh on at first. Strategy, nothing happening. Hall, 3-5, strikeout, got Horton. Horton will go down on strikes, 2 down. It'll bring up Cash. Cash is the 9th batter of the inning, and he is 0 for 3. Hall, nothing on the strategy. Hall will pitch, 3-1, strikeout, but the 18 is high. Cash, 1-5, that's lifted to left, but that'll be caught by Don Buford, and that will retire the side. 4 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits, 1 error, and a couple of walks. Tigers have an 8-5 lead going in the bottom of the 6th. But yes, the game doesn't mean anything much to Baltimore, as they have home field throughout. They're just waiting for the playoffs to start. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Mark Belanger leads off for B-Moore. He's 0 for 2. Tigers need a pitcher. And coming on to pitch for the Cats is going to be, let's see, Wright and a pinch hitter, switch, and Wright. It's going to be a righty. And they will save, now they'll use Dobson. Coming on to pitch for the Tigers is going to be Pat Dobson. 5-10, 9 saves, 3.59 ERA. Dobson will be the second Tiger pitcher. So Belanger leads off. He's 0 for 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. 8-5 in favor of the Cats. Dobson, 3-6, wild pitch. It's a blank. Belanger, 4-5, and he pops out to first base. Cash says he'll take it, and he will in foul territory. 1 down. Pinch hitter coming in for Dick Hall as the Orioles will go to the bench, and it is going to be Boog Powell. 304 average, 37 homers, 121 RBIs. Powell was getting the day off, I believe, along with Brooks Robinson. Dobson will pitch to Powell. Dobson, 2-3, range play. Powell, 1-1, ground ball to first. That ball is hit to Norm Cash. His range is a 3, and he can't get it, and that is going to be a single. Powell will go ahead and get to first. So Powell gets a hit. He'll hold at first base, and now the batter is Buford. Buford 1 for 3. Infield is at double play. Strategy rolls are still on. Nothing on the 4. Powell's not going anywhere. Dobson will pitch. Dobson, 3-2, blank. Buford, 3-3, and that's a fly to left field. Willie Horton coming in a bit, and he's got plenty of room to make the catch for the second out. And the next batter is Salmon. Salmon's 0 for 2 with a walk. Powell on it first. Dobson sets up against Salmon, but now 2 outs. I do like that change, that a 1-4 for a double, a 5-20 for a single. I do think that's a little more realistic because a 1-6, a 2-6 is a 33% chance. A 1-4 and a D20 is a 20% chance, and I do agree with that. That's a good change. Strategy roll. Powell stays put. Dobson, 6-6, strikeout. 18 is going to be too high. Salmon, 5-5. He grounds it to second base. That'll be taken care of by Brown. And he's going to throw to shortstop to force out Powell at second. And that will retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Orioles. 8-5 in favor of the Cats after 6. We go to the top of the 7th. Leading off for the Tigers will be Bill Freehan. He is 1 for 3, singled and reached on an error. And let's see, right. The Orioles will go to the bullpen. And coming on to pitch for the Orioles is going to be Dave Leonard. 7 wins, 4 losses, a save, a 2.49 ERA. Leonard will be the third Oriole pitcher. So Leonard will pitch to Freehan here to start the top of the 7th. 8-5 Tigers. The Tigers did historically win this game, but only 4-1. Leonard, 4-5, walk plus 10, and that is easily ball 4, and he will walk Freehan. So Leonard, of course, the relief pitcher gives up a walk like they usually do when I bring in a relief pitcher the first thing, and now the batter will be Wirt. Wirt is 2 for 3, a single and a double. Infield is at double play, I think they usually will be. And that is a 2. And Wirt does get the hit and run, but with a 3-run lead, you're swinging away here. Leonard, 2-4. Home run chance. That 10 is going to be too high. Wirt, 4-3, and he hits a deep fly ball to center field. Paul Blair going back for it. He will make the track, and he will make the catch for the out. And that is out number 1. Freehan goes back to first. Next up is Brown. Brown is 0 for 2 with a walk. Strategy rolls are still happening, and nothing there. Leonard, 3-2, error on a throw. Brown, 6-3. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to center field. That'll be taken care of there by Blair once again, and that's going to be out number 2. Freehan will stay at first base because nobody's moving. And Pat Dobson is actually going to come up to bat. He does have a hitter card, so he's actually going to bat. He's got plenty left in the tank. And with an 8-5 lead, they're going to let him hit. So coming on to bat for the Tigers will be Pat Dobson, an 0.91 average, and you might as well let him hit. This is the 60s, not 2020. 2 men down here on the top of the 7th, 8-5 Tigers. Strategy roll, Freehan stays put. Leonard, 3-2, error on a throw. Dobson, 2-1. That's a ground ball right back to the pitcher, but Leonard has an error rating of 0, so that's not happening. He will easily throw it to first to get Dobson, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the walk. The Tigers have an 8-5 lead here as we go to the bottom of the 7th. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we have a 10-minute ticker coming up, which will actually be a 10-second ticker. The only other game that was played today was the Boston Red Sox against the Washington Senators. Boston has clinched the 3rd seed. They cannot do any better or worse, so that game really is meaningless. We will choose our game for tomorrow night when we're done, and we'll see what we have. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Tigers lead 8-5. Dobson coming back on the mound. And Paul Blair leads off for B-Moore. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. So Dobson will continue to pitch, and Blair is there here. Fans in Memorial Stadium would still like to see a win, but they know this game doesn't mean anything. Dobson, 5-1, strikeout, 16 is high. Blair, 1-4, fly out to left. And Willie Horton says, I'll get it. And he will, and that's out number 1. Next up is Robinson. Robinson 3 for 3, 2 singles and a bomb. Dobson, a 2-2 walk, and that will be ball 4. He will walk Robinson on that. So Robinson's been on base all 4 times in this ball game. And here comes Johnson. Johnson 1 for 3 with a single. Infield set for double play. Strategy roll still active. Nothing on the 19. Dobson, they'll go ahead and make the pitch. And 6-2. That's a blank. He's not tired. Johnson, 5-4. And it's a fly ball to left field once again. Willie Horton will go near the line, but he will make the play. 2 down. And the next batter is Motton. Motton is 3 for 3. He's got 3 singles. They've yet to get him out. 8-5 Tigers here, bottom of the 7th. Nothing on the strategy. Dobson, 3-3, strikeout 11. Still doesn't get him. Motton, 5-1, but they will get him here finally. It'll be a fly ball to left. And once again, Willie Horton's going to make the play. He has made all 3 putouts in this game. Nothing across except a walk. A nice job by Pat Dobson. 8-5 still after 7. Top of the 8th. As I said, Tigers need the game more than the Orioles do. Mickey Stanley leads off for the Cats. He is 2 for 4, a single and a double. Leonard will stay on the game for the Orioles. Leonard, 3-4, strikeout. That is too high. Stanley, 6-1, ground out to short. Taken care of there by Belanger. And Belanger throws it over for the out. Well, how fitting it would be that the Tigers, this could be a preview of the American League Division Series if the Tigers do win it and play, because remember, the Baltimore Orioles play the wild card champ in the Division Series. There's Tresh. He's 1 for 3. How fitting it would be if the Tigers give the Orioles their first loss on the board. Leonard, 1-1, strikeout, got him. They'll go ahead and get Tresh out number 2. And now here's Northrup. Northrup is 1 for 3, a single and a walk. Leonard looking in on Northrup. Right now, the Tigers want to win this game and take a half-game lead on the Twins for the number 4 seed. Leonard, 5-3 at the park. Memorial Stadium, 3-6. That's a pop fly ball. That's a pop fly ball to the catcher. Once again, Etchebarren getting called upon. That is a pop fly ball. It's a regular at the park. Etchebarren's error rating is a 15. That's a 7, and he's going to drop it, and it's going to be another error. That's going to be an error on Etchebarren as he drops a pop fly ball in foul territory. And there's your second error on the Orioles. So not a good night, not a good day for Andy Etchebarren as he drops one there. And that's a 7, and that is a drop. That is an odd number. So Northrup gets another chance. Second error on the Orioles. They did have 2 errors in the game historically, so they got the 2 errors. Leonard, 6-3. That's an automatic out. And that will be a fly to left field. And Buford will go ahead and get that, make the catch, and retire the side. So the drop fly ball doesn't hurt the Orioles much. But we will now go to the bottom of the 8th, 8-5 in favor of the Tigers. Leading off for the Orioles will be Andy Etchebarren. He's had a rough day at the plate. He is 1 for 3, though. I should say a rough day behind the plate. Dobson can pitch to 2 more batters before he tires. This is likely his last inning. Dobson, 3-1, strikeout, got him. And Etchebarren will strike out again. That's the 3rd strikeout for Etchebarren. And he has the hat trick. Here is Belanger. Belanger is 0 for 3. Dobson will deal. Dobson, 2-5. That's at the park. Memorial Stadium, 1-6. It's a ground ball to second base. Up with it is Brown, and he will toss it over for out number 2. We'll see a pinch hitter for Leonard. Leonard is getting up there, so they're going to take him out of the ball game. And coming on to pinch hit for him will be the human vacuum cleaner, greatest fielding third baseman of all time, Mr. Brooks Robinson, 234 average, 23 homers, 84 RBIs in that year in 69. So Brooks Robinson will go up against Dobson. Dobson is now tired, but he says he can finish the inning out. Dobson, 2-5 at the park. Memorial Stadium, 3-3. And that's hit to center field, a fly ball to center. Stanley says he'll get that, and he will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the O's, 8-5 in favor of the Cats. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Coming on to bat for the Tigers will be Willie Horton, and he is 1 for 4, a bomb and a sacrifice fly. Orioles need a pitcher. Let's see, right, left, right, right. And they're not going to use Eddie Watt in this situation. Coming on to pitch for the Orioles is going to be Al Severinsen. 1 win, a loss, no saves, a 2.25 ERA. They're going to not use Eddie Watt here, but Al Severinsen's going to get a chance here. It's the first time I've used him. So Severinsen will pitch to Horton here for the top of the 9th. Severinsen, 1-5 against a righty. It's a blank. Horton, 3-4, and that's a ground ball to second base. Davey Johnson will get to that and toss it over for the out. Next batter is Cash. Cash is 0 for 4. Severinsen, 5-4. Strikeout. 17 will miss. Cash is 6-6, and that's a grounder to second base again. And once again, Davey Johnson will get that and toss it over, 2 down. And now here's Freehan. Freehan is 1 for 3, singled, walked, and reached on an error. Severinsen coming on to pitch, and he will deal. Severinsen, 6-1 at the park. Memorial Stadium, 3-5. That's a home run to center field against a righty. Freehan needs a 13. That's a 12. And that's going to be just enough to get over the fence by maybe a few feet. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. Home run, Bill Freehan. Stadium groans. Freehan lifts that one over the center field fence. That wasn't Severin's fault. Freehan just powered that one out, just cleared the wall by maybe 5 or 6 feet. It's Dolly Parton 9-5 now in favor of the Tigers. And now here's Wirt. Wirt is 2 for 4, a single and a double. Severinsen comes in and gives up a bomb. The management on this channel must have been infiltrated by the managing on the other from the other channel. Severinsen, 4-4, strikeout 12. That's high. Wirt, 1-4. That's a ground ball to third, picked up there by Salmon. He will throw it over and retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit. A solo bomb by Bill Freehan. And the Tigers now lead at Dolly Parton 9-5. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Tigers have a 9-5 lead. Top of the order for the Orioles and Don Buford. Dobson coming out of the game. They are done with him, and he did very well. He'll get credit for a hold. But the Tigers will go to the bullpen. And let's see. Got switch, right. And coming on to pitch for the Tigers is going to be Tom Timmerman. 4 wins, 3 losses, a save, 2.73 ERA. Timmerman's job, it's not a save situation. His job is just to end the game. Could become a save situation. And the Orioles are now 3 outs away from losing their first game on the board. Timmerman will pitch to Buford here. 9-5 Tigers. Timmerman, 4-6, range play. Buford, 1-5. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Tom Tresh. His range is a 3, and he's got it. Nice play by Tresh. He'll throw it over to first for the out. One down. Next batter is Salmon. Salmon 0 for 3 with a walk. Timmerman, 1-6, strikeout. 19 will miss. Salmon, 6-1. Salmon gets a base hit. He'll hit that one into left field to keep the game going. So Salmon gets his first hit of the game, and it will now bring up Blair. Blair is 0 for 3 with a walk. Salmon on at first. Infield is at double play. Strategy rolls are off. Tigers lead 9-5, trying to go ahead and close this and take a half-game lead on the Twins for the number 4 seed. Timmerman, 6-4, that's at the park. Memorial Stadium, 5-6, that's a home run to the pull side against a righty. Blair needs a 17, that's a 7, and this one is gone. Kaboom! 2-run bomb, Paul Blair. And the Orioles get closer. Stadium cheers. Yay! Blair goes ahead and hits one, a home run to the pull side. He blasts that one, and it's now 9-7. Nine to 7 here, and still one out in the bottom of the ninth. And now here comes Frank Robinson. He is 3 for 3, 2 singles and a bomb. Timmerman will go ahead and pitch to Robinson. Now it's a save situation. Timmerman, a 1-4. That's a walk plus 10. And that's going to walk Robinson, and the tying run is coming to the plate. And the batter is Davy Johnson. They're going to go talk to Timmerman on the mound a little bit, see if he can settle him down. Tigers may have to bring in another pitcher here. John Hiller is the closer, so is Fred. John Hiller could close, so can Lasher. They're thinking to decide what they want to do here, as now the tying run is at the plate. Infield's a double play depth, only one out here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Timmerman looking in on Johnson. They're going to stick with him. Timmerman's going to pitch. He's one of the better guys in the bullpen. Robinson on at first. Johnson now at the plate. 9-7 now. Fans here at Memorial Stadium hoping the Orioles can tie this up. Strategy rolls are still off. Timmerman, 5-6. Pitcher result, 18 is high. Johnson, 3-5. And Johnson smacks one into center field, and that's going to be a double. Frank Robinson, base runner 4. Double to center, -1. A 1-3. He scores. He does. 9-8. Johnson goes to second. And now the winning run coming to the plate. Stadium cheers. Yay. RBI double by Dave Johnson. And the batter is Kurt Motton. And Motton is 3 for 4 with 3 singles. Now a 9-8 ball game. And Motton does have home run power. Johnson on at second. The question is, and I don't think, and you do, and no, you do not put the winning run on base. Timmerman, they've seen enough. He is going to come out of the game. That is enough for him. And the Tigers are going to go to the bullpen. And they're going to bring out Fred Lasher. 2 wins, a loss, no saves. A 3.07 ERA. Lasher coming out here to try to go ahead and close this game out. But now Johnson on at second. And Motton is the batter. Johnson on at second. Fred Lasher now coming on. 9-8 Tigers. The Orioles have put 3 runs on the board in the bottom of the ninth. Lasher trying to get it done now. Still only 1 out. The infield is back. Lasher strategy rolls are back on. That's a 5. Nothing happening. Johnson stays at second. Lasher will go ahead and pitch. Lasher, 3-6. Error on a grounder. Mutton, 1-3. It is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Ike Brown. His error rating is an 11. That's a 14. He will not make an error. The throw goes to first. Johnson goes to third. 2 down. Wow. Almost an error by Ike Brown, but he'll go ahead and get the throw over. And now the batter is Andy Etchebarren. Now 2 outs. Etchebarren has made 2 errors behind the plate. He is 1 for 4, struck out 3 times. Johnson on at third. Fred Lasher trying to go ahead and get this game done. Fans here at Memorial Stadium hoping Etchebarren can make up for the errors. Johnson on at third. The fans are loud. Orioles, where are they going to lose their first game on the board? Strategy. Nothing on the 8. Johnson stays to third. Lasher looking in on Etchebarren. The fans are loud, hoping for a big-time hit. Lasher will pitch. Lasher, 6-6. Strikeout 9. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. That's your game. The Tigers will hold on by the skin of their teeth and beat the Orioles today 9-8. Stadium groans. 3 runs, 4 hits, a 2-run bomb by Blair, an RBI double by Johnson, but they just can't get him in, and the Tigers will win this game 9-8. And they will give the Orioles their first loss on the board. Big-time victory. Lasher's going to get himself a save on this one. But the tying run stranded at third, but the Tigers will win the ball game. Final line score coming up. For the Tigers, 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors. For the Orioles, 8 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors, both on Etchebarren. The winning pitcher is Mike Kilkenny. The Tigers, they never tied the game. Mike Cuellar is going to take the loss. Dobson gets a hold. Fred Lasher is actually going to pick up a save. So that's a big victory for the Tigers. They will now move a half game ahead of the Twins for the number 4 seed. But we are not done. A very short 10-minute ticker is next. Wow. What if the Orioles had pulled that off? Of course, also with a victory by the Tigers, their board record now goes to 6-2. So if they tie with Minnesota or Oakland, it won't matter. The Tigers will have home field. They just can't lose overall they just can't lose it overall in the standings. So if there's a tie in the standings, it's going to be the Tigers will get that, have virtue of the tiebreaker. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. Yes, this is a 10-second ticker because there was only one game played that day, or one other game played. The Tigers will get the win 9-8. The other game is meaningless. Boston at Washington. Red Sox 9-22. That is 2. Senators 14-54, and that is 7. And the Senators will win that one. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Now, tomorrow, we have to choose a game. So let's have a look at September 30th. Let's see what we got here. Detroit at Baltimore, no, because we just did these two. California, Kansas City, no. White Sox, Minnesota, no. Cleveland Yankees, no. Oakland, Seattle, no. Boston, Washington, no. Cincinnati, Atlanta, Houston Dodgers, Padres, and Giants. here's my feelings on this. I am actually leaning towards doing the Philadelphia Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals. Everybody here is playing a game against a team that is already out of it. But and now, of course, I would like to do, to see who wins a division. The division is usually winning a division, yes, is important, if you're the 1, 2, or 3 seed. But if you take a look here at the standings, all right, the Mets and the Cubs, they're the 1 and 3 seed no matter what. No matter who wins that division, they're the 1 or 3 seed. They're going to go straight to the division series. The Giants have a 1-game lead on Atlanta, but the Giants, Atlanta, and the Dodgers are all in it. The Cardinals, however, have not clinched. They have a half-game lead on the Pirates. The Pirates do not play. The Pirates do play. Pirates do not play, on the 30th. They don't play on the 30th here. Both the Mets, the Cubs, the Pirates do not play on the 30th. Okay? So I am leaning towards doing Philadelphia and the Cardinals, even though the Phillies are out, but the Cardinals have not clinched a playoff spot. So what's more important? Playing teams that are already in the playoffs and are just trying to get their seeding, or playing a team that has not made the playoffs yet and trying to get in there? And yes, I think that's true. So for the September 30th game, we're going to play the Philadelphia Phillies against the St. Louis Cardinals. It'll be Rick Wise going for the Phillies and Santiago Guzman for the Cardinals. The Phillies will probably be using a hodgepodge lineup. That means that they'll probably have a lot of fringe players in there. I usually do bring in the starters starting the 7th inning. That's my rule on that. So we're going to play the Phillies and the Cardinals tomorrow. Rick Wise against Santiago Guzman. The Cardinals trying to stay ahead of the Pirates. A loss, they will be tied with the Pirates for the final playoff spot. And then we'll decide what to do for October 1st and 2nd, even though the Mets and the Cubs have to play each other those 2 games. But both teams are in the playoffs. So the winning the division does mean something, but we'll see what we do there. So tomorrow night will be the Philadelphia Phillies playing the St. Louis Cardinals. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me today. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Tigers beat the Orioles. They give the Orioles their first loss on the board. The Tigers are now a half game ahead of the Twins for the 4 seed. They win it tonight, 9-8. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Only 3 days left in the 69 regular season.